Hey there, high-level listeners. Welcome back to our channel, High Level Listening. Today, we're diving into something super useful that every English learner needs, different ways to say, I don't understand. Let's be real, saying the same phrase over and over again can get a bit repetitive, right? But don't worry, because today we're going to show you how to express that confusion in more natural conversational ways that'll help take your English to the next level.
Yes, that's right. So hi everyone, welcome. We are High Level Listening. This is our YouTube channel where we take your English to the next level with side-by-side American and British English. Kat is from the US and I'm from the UK. And yes, today we're going to cover a range of situations and formalities to help you explain, I don't know. This could be in a meeting at work, talking to a colleague, or it could be talking to friends. We do choose different phrases depending on where we are and who we're talking to. Then asking for some clarification or asking for someone to repeat something again can make a big difference. So today we'll break down some alternative ways to say, I don't understand. We'll give you some example sentences to use these phrases, and hopefully you can use them more confidently, even if you're not quite following what someone's saying. So the very first one we'll do is, huh? Huh or hmm? This is spelled H-U-H. Huh? Okay, we're starting with a very, very casual one. This is one I would only use with my very close friends or, in a very, very casual relationship. If someone says something and I don't quite hear it, I say, huh? The important thing, I think, is to make your voice go up at the end, like a question, like, huh? Or, I think the higher you go, the more friendly it sounds. If you're like,
true.
huh? That sounds a bit rude, like a grumpy teenager, huh? But if you're like, huh? Go for the eyebrows as well. Eyebrows up, intonation up. It doesn't sound so abrupt or maybe too casual. So if you're confused or you didn't hear someone or something, say, huh? What did you say?
Just like Mark said, it sounds so friendly, even if you don't know someone that well and you're talking to them and they just, huh? Oh, huh? What was that? As long as you look like you're not bored by the other person, it doesn't have to be rude, but I wouldn't try to use this at work because it can make you look like you're not paying attention, things like that. Just, huh? Oh, sorry. What was that? What was that? Now, the next one, I think is, even though it's an actual word, I think this one might be the rudest if you don't say it right. What? What? And again, I think it's all about your tone of voice. What? What? What?
Keep it going up. Always a high
yeah.
rise at the end. What?
Yeah.
What?
What? Now, this can be shock, this can be surprise, and it can also be, what? And as a teacher, one of my biggest pet peeves is when the students are not listening, I say something and they say, what? I know it's the most direct word, but I would say this one is probably, if you're not careful, then it can be considered a little bit rude. So something like, what? I didn't hear you. What? When you're around the house and you're screaming at your kids and the kids are in another room. What? What?
It's a good one if you're in a noisy place, because imagine you're at a concert and you don't hear and you go, or huh? No one can hear that. It's too loud. So you kind of can read their lips and you're like, what? What? If you're working with loud machinery, there's lots of traffic, or you're in a noisy place, this is a good one because it also means you're probably in a more casual situation as well. So if you don't hear someone, you could say, what? Could you repeat that? It's also a good example how the last letter of what is a T, but we don't really say it. The T stops here. What? What?
What?
What?
That's so British.
British accent too. It's like W-O-T. What? What? Yeah, if you are genuinely really confused, what? I think facial expressions are helpful here too. Okay, number 3, the third one, if you don't understand someone, if someone says something that's kind of confusing or really surprising, and it's not what you expected to hear or is quite unusual, you use 2 words. Wait, what? Wait, what? So maybe somebody went on vacation and then they ended up going on this crazy adventure and there was an elephant in their hotel room. You're like, wait, what? An elephant? Just something really surprising or unusual. It can be confusing, surprising, or shocking if you're talking to a friend, because this is another casual one that I wouldn't say to my boss or my colleagues. If my friend told me, I'm moving, I got a job offer and I'm moving across the country to another city, I'm like, wait, what? You're moving to a new city? Like, I'm shocked. I need you to say it again, or I need you to explain because I'm confused. Wait, what?
I think this is also a good one to clarify what someone said. So, wait, what? 22? Wait, what? You're going where? So it is also a good way to get some extra information. Just say what you thought they said again. So if Mark says, "Oh, I'm moving. I'm going to the United States." Wait, what? You're moving. You're going to the United States? And then you can get clarification. You can double check what the person is saying. I use wait, what a lot with people because I need them to stop talking for a second so I can collect my thoughts. Wait, wait, wait. What? And then hold on, hold on, hold on. What? So I would say something like, wait, what? I didn't understand that last part. Wait, what? What did you say? Wait, what? Yes, that's a really good one. So our next phrase, I like this one a lot. Sorry, I didn't catch that. This is so commonly used. I think it's a really great phrase because it could mean you didn't hear them very well. It could mean you were not listening. It could mean that you didn't understand. It's a great catch-all phrase because, oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. It kind of hides the fact that maybe you don't understand a word, and so you can just get by with this phrase instead. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that?
Good one, especially if you're doing teleconferences or you're on a Zoom call and maybe the microphone's not great quality or the connection is not great and they're talking, but it's difficult to hear because the connection's no good. Say, sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? The other good thing about this phrase is that you can specify specific parts to hear again. So, sorry, I didn't catch that last part. What did you say? So I didn't catch that last part. I just want you to repeat the ending of that sentence. I don't need the whole thing again, just the last part. Also, I didn't catch the first part. Did you? Could you say it again? Or I didn't catch the name of that city. I didn't catch her name. What did she say? So catch is a good one. This is also useful at work, with friends. It works in all levels of formality. So this is a really universal one. Okay, another quite polite one. I'm not sure I follow. I'm not sure I follow. To follow is to understand someone. If someone is explaining and I'm following, then I understand. But if they start talking about something technical or something I've never heard of, then I'm sorry, I'm not sure I follow. I'm trying to be very polite and quite sensitive about the way I talk. I could be at work talking to my boss, and my boss is explaining something quite complicated. I say, oh, sorry, I'm not sure I follow. This sounds much more professional than I don't know or I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, that sounds like it's my competence.
It really sounds like, for me, if you just said, I don't understand, it sounds like you don't understand anything I just said. And I feel like you're not even really making an effort to understand either. But if you're like, I'm sorry, I just don't follow, or I'm not sure I follow, is kind of admitting that you did a lot of good work, but I'm the one that has the problem here, right? So yeah, I'm not sure I follow. And then we can clarify and figure things out, right?
Yes, it's a good way. You can use it at work and you don't make yourself look bad. You're not making yourself look incompetent or lazy or not listening. Maybe it is just a complicated idea. Like, I'm not sure I follow. And the other person should try to explain it again or explain it differently so that it's easier to understand. So at work, you could say, okay, I'm not sure I follow. Can you explain it again?
I'm not sure I follow what you mean by that. So this is an even longer example. I'm not sure I follow what you mean by that. So it's another way, I don't understand why you're saying it that way. I don't understand the words that you're saying. So I don't understand what you mean by that. What is that word? What is it that you just said? Okay, so we often use the word get for understand. Oh, I get it. Oh, got it, got it. We like that word for the word understand. And if you didn't catch something or you didn't get something, we can use that as well. I didn't get that. I didn't quite get that. Now, the word quite is like, I'm almost there. I've almost got it, but I didn't quite get that. The business proposal, I didn't quite get that last part. So we can use it the same way that we use catch, and we can use get instead. So I didn't quite get that. Could you clarify? Or could you make it easier or clearer to understand? Could you clarify?
Yes, this is a good phrase that I often use in my lessons. I use it with my students, especially if they name a city or a food or something in their culture that I can't spell or have never heard of. I say, sorry, I didn't quite get that. What was the city? Or I didn't quite get what you meant. Could you explain? One extra piece you can add to this phrase that's really good is, I didn't quite get what you meant by, and then quote their words back at them. So if someone says, we need high KPIs in Q4, sorry, I didn't quite get what you meant by high KPIs in Q4. Could you explain that? So if someone's using some technical term or some phrase that you're not familiar with, you can quote them with by. And again, that's appropriate for work and friends and anybody. Okay, number 7 we're on now. I don't quite understand. Sorry, I don't quite understand. Again, we're using quite because I understand most of it, but there's a little bit left that I still don't understand. I don't quite understand. This sounds like I'm being quite apologetic. You maybe explained it perfectly and it makes sense to other people, but it doesn't make sense to me right now. Sorry, I don't quite understand. I can interpret this in 2 ways. One, yeah, I'm apologizing. Sorry, I don't quite understand the instructions. Can you help? Or maybe you're a bit disappointed by something. Maybe you paid someone to do some work and you received the bill and it's very expensive, and more expensive than you expected. You would look at the final amount and be like, I don't quite understand. Why is it so expensive? So I'm almost saying, not in an aggressive way, but I am explaining that I am not clear about this. So you can do it quite seriously, or you can do it quite apologetically. It depends on the situation. So the example sentence again was, I don't quite understand the instructions. Can you help?
I don't quite understand what you're asking. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I just here. I don't quite understand what you're asking. Tell me more. Give me more information. Something like that. Now, this is a great word, clarify. Clarify means to make it more clear, make it easier to understand. So this is a great word to use in more formal scenarios, especially at work. Could you clarify that for me? Could you clarify that for me? Now, this could be used in any situation. This part of the email, these numbers, this report, these findings. Could you clarify that for me? From what I understood, this, and this, but could you clarify this last part for me? That way, I understand, you understand, we are on the same page. Could you clarify that for me?
A great phrase to use in written English as well. I think if you were writing an email, this would be my choice. If there's a message or an email and there's a part that I don't quite understand, could you clarify that for me? Or if someone gave a presentation and there was a slide or a point, could you clarify that point? I didn't quite catch it. So again, that's a very professional one.
Love to mix and match, don't we? For sure.
Oh yeah, you can stack these up. I didn't quite understand. Could you clarify that part for me? I didn't quite catch it. You could do like 3 in a row just to be really sorry that you don't get it. Okay, the next one is, I'm afraid I didn't understand. I'm afraid I didn't understand. So I'm afraid. This does not mean that I'm scared, I've seen a ghost or a zombie. It's another way to say, I'm sorry. I'm afraid we don't have any more tickets. I'm afraid the restaurant is closed. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I'm sorry to tell you.
Exactly, yeah. I remember I used I'm afraid with someone who was a non-native speaker, and they said, why are you scared? I'm like, no, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid.
I'm actually sorry.
Yeah, I'm afraid I didn't understand. Again, this is quite polite. I'm afraid is a polite formal term. I probably wouldn't say this to my friends. I would only use this with colleagues or in the office.
Same.
Right. Yeah, it's almost too polite.
It is, yeah.
I'm afraid I didn't understand your question. So that could be in a meeting, at work, in a presentation. I'm afraid I didn't understand your question. I'm afraid is a great softening phrase, which is what makes it appropriate for work. So I'm afraid I didn't understand this part.
And it's also a good way because some people don't say I'm sorry at work. I don't know if it's just that they feel you shouldn't have to say you're sorry, but you can also express, no, I mean, I am a little bit sorry, but we don't have to say the word. I'm afraid I didn't understand the process. Can you explain it again, or can you explain it further? Now, probably our most formal phrase in this list, could you elaborate on that? This is a great question that you would get at university in a class. You need to tell us more. Okay, you need to tell us more. Could you elaborate? Maybe what you said was almost too simple, too easy, and we don't understand the process at all. Maybe you explained it, but could you elaborate on this point? You gave us some numbers. We're not sure where the numbers came from. Give us some more information. Could you elaborate on that? I don't fully understand this part. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, definitely one you would use at work as well. Could you elaborate on that? Again, something useful for written English if you were writing an email. And yeah, like Kat said, one part is very simple. Like, yes, we'll sort it out on October the 4th. You're like, okay, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean?
What out?
Yeah, sort out, like who, where, how.
Yes.
You need to give me more information. So
I guess
elaborate is the same.
With a friend, I'd probably say something like, I need more information. Tell me more. Tell me more. Or what are we going to do? How are we going to do that? Something like that would be a little bit less formal.
Well, like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Maybe with friends.
That's a good one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through all the phrases again. Mark's going to say them once. I'm going to say them a second time so that you can review all of the great phrases that we used. So let's start with the first one, Mark.
Huh? Or, What?
What?
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'm not sure I follow.
I'm not sure I follow.
I didn't quite get that.
I didn't quite get that.
I don't quite understand.
I don't quite understand.
Could you clarify that for me?
Could you clarify that for me?
I'm afraid I didn't understand.
I'm afraid I didn't understand.
Could you elaborate on that?
Could you elaborate on that? All right, everybody. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. If you learned something new today, let us know in the comments below. We love to read and reply to your comments, and we try to read and reply to every single one. And don't forget, by joining us as a member here on YouTube, you'll get all of the PDF transcripts available for all of our videos here on YouTube. So I hope that you'll be able to join us today.
Yes, absolutely. Before we go, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. You'll get notified every time we post a video, which is usually at least 2 times a week. So you'll be ready for the next video here on High Level Listening. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.